Trent Boult, average of 28. 53 matches now for New Zealand's left-arm swing bowler. Here we go. Getting ready for the first ball of this historic test, the first day-night one between New Zealand and England at Eden Park. Good carry too. Good afternoon, Scott Storris.
Afternoon, Craig. Afternoon, everybody. I spoke to Jeet Raval before the day's play. They've been, as you'd expect, both sides out, checking out the pitch and making their assessments. And he said it was very hard. And therefore, he expects the ball to carry through. Now, often Eden Park, the drop-in pitches are hard, but don't necessarily fly through. More tennis ball bounce. That hit high on the bat, just like that one. Doesn't tend to come off that quickly. There is no block, of course, being a drop-in. By and large, a rugby ground these days, Eden Park. But Alistair Cook will certainly be a target. Had a tough series in the Ashes, didn't he, apart from that one huge score.
A little bit of movement.
This is my first day nighter. Can't you see the ball well? Absolutely brilliant. Few touring groups in from the UK. Weather's been awful. Get yourselves out to New Zealand.
Bit of length there by Trent Boult. I'd say in the history of the last 4 or 5 years, the surface has actually got less greenness in it than all the test pitches been played on.
Well, Kane Williamson at the toss, just one thing that stood out. We'll have a ball first. We don't think this pitch is going to change at all.
And that's a fair assumption too.
Underway.
It's not just either, Bumble, this particular pitch here. There's a little bit of greenness to it. It looks a lot whiter when you look up from up where we are. But by and large, around the country, the pitches here don't break up. The spinners don't come into the game as much as you would think, or as much as you would like. I'd love to see the pitches break up to the point where the bounce is a little variable and the ball starts to spin. Because at the moment, it is a case of bowling first, because there is no disadvantage to be the batting side on day 5.
There's that bounce. First over finished. One without loss. The swing. Well done, BJ Watling. Booted back in the side after injury. That'll test out the hips. And Southey been around a long time. Not a bad debut. 5 for 55, and then the second innings still his top score, 77 not out. Overcorrection that time. England win to win on by 121 runs.
Well, some real absent friends there. Looking at the England side, Ryan Sidebottom was brilliant for a short time. Monty Panesar, laboratory for New Zealand. Eaton Patel, now captain, I think, down at Warwickshire.
Got it now, Southey. Slight overcorrection.
Good fielding position for Alistair Cook at short mid-wicket. Before he bowled the ball to him, Southey, he just had 2 slips and a gully. Then he changed it, put a 3rd slip in. And there's a fielder at short mid-wicket for that clip.
You always feel with Alistair Cook, swits on that short one, get that pull shot away. Got those movements and plenty of them. All the balls bowled, and it's all about timing. Good length by Southey.
Well, I played against him in 06 when he first came onto the scene, and not only, yes, he was good at that pull shot, but also very strong with a vertical bat through the leg side as well. He was able to punch, and if you got to straight along that line, but even a little shorter, he was so strong. 2 without loss. Slightly wayward start from Southey and Bolt at the moment. They're just trying to work out how much this ball will swing. But yeah, interesting, isn't it? 2 big scores batting first since this pitch was turned around, yet Williamson deciding to go with the option of bowling.
In charge of this match. Bruce Oxenford from Australia. And brother-in-arms on the other side, square leg is Paul Rifle. Plenty of experience between those two. Enjoying the sun on their back. I always look at the pace of Trent Bolt. First delivery just under 135, around 134, 132.
You'd expect it to be pitched up and looking for a swing. First few overs, interesting to see if there is any swing, but left arm usually ball a full length. Wagner not so.
There's the pull shot in the air, but it's over mid-on. Got away with it. I only get 1 for it.
Anxious time. The bang-in ball just sits up nicely. I think he's a bit early on this. Right at the bottom of the bat.
Well, that is lucky, and not a shot you normally associate early in the innings for Alistair Cook. He likes to play nice and tight. He knows how important the first session of any test match is. So loose.
It's a good area. Might have just seamed off the surface. It was quite wide of off stump, and then went even further away from him, so he had to drag it.
Well, he usually has a good look. He's used to the pace of the pitch, the bounce of the ball and the light. Storman's only had 2 deliveries. Cook has had 15.
Three without loss. New Zealand's playing often with the new ball on the day one is that, well, Neil Wagner's in the side. Colin de Grandhomme will bowl first change. Bowls that pace where the ball was to hold in the surface. An inside edge.
That's excellent length from Tim Southey. Poor Alistair Cook on the hop, just not quite getting to the pitch of the ball. Late movement. Scratchy start for Alistair Cook. You'd expect that. He hasn't been in New Zealand for the white ball series, neither the one-day series or the tri-series, the T20. So a bit of a break back in England. And it's been very cold, hasn't it, Bumble, back home?
Well, he won't have had an outdoor net, I could tell you that.
It's good length by Southey. Getting swing. Yeah, he's a timing player, and you get those movements and often take a period of time till you actually get everything in sync.
They went to Hamilton and played a couple of games, and they weren't real games. I would call it middle practice, which is certainly better than nothing. preparation for this, and they will practice at night time as they have done when they've got down to Auckland.
Nice shot. He's got it fine, though.
Yeah, lovely bowler.
Yeah, they played at Hamilton, Seddon Park. All accounts, it was quite a sporting bowling surface first 2 days. Always interesting when you see the team they're playing against was the New Zealand 11. They batted 15. But it was pretty much batter day, bowler day.
You scratch your head if you were just new to it and having a look on Cricinfo. 290 for 15.
That's his variation for Tim Southey. By and large, he'll try and swing the ball back into the left-handers, and this is the cross-seamer that he looks to run away, and it did go off the seam.
You know, this is the 9th day-night test match, and it's new to everybody. Joe Root at the toss saying at least we'll have 60 overs or so, just batting in proper light, and then it becomes different. It's a different game.
Well, what I like as well, Bumble, about this version of Test cricket, if you like, is that strategy plays a part. There are definite periods of this day-night Test match where you want to be batting and when you want to be bowling. And we'll get into some numbers around that a little later. It poses challenges.
No real timing. Steady start. 6 without loss. Good bit of fielding. Stoneman was backing up, but recognised the threat. Colin de Grandholt.
Was excellent work, wasn't it? He's quite close in there. There's de Grandholt. Mark Stoneman was backing up and had to hurriedly get back. He's also making the error of running off the pitch. We seem to talk about it every time we get to one of these drop-ins. The bat is easily able to get stuck in the turf.
Edged and taken, and the swinger bolt gets the first breakthrough.
Big breakthrough too. It's a perfect delivery, drawn into that front foot shot. It's a massive wicket, is this. Alistair Cook just mentioned he's not found the middle of the bat, and this is a genuine edge, and it goes comfortably to second slip. First strike, New Zealand.
Alistair Cook departs, caught Latham Bolt for 5. England 6 for 1.
In fact, New Zealand need to get rid of the big two. Well, they've done that. They've got the first, Alistair Cook. And they now double up, get rid of Joe Root. Alistair Cook has, throughout his career, even though his record is excellent, has had his problems against left-arm seamers. And it continues. Great length from Trent Bolt, safe hands from Latham. That is the perfect height if you are a slip fieldsman.
Bat goes, bat's right out there, feet don't move till now. Let's have a look from sideways on. There's that familiar movement back, and he's not really out of the lines. The bat's searching for the ball, feet are static, and then he goes. Long walk back.
Wide of the crease there by Trent Bolt.
Thought that illustrated perfectly, Bumble, where he's gone wrong, Alistair Cook there, but he's not a particularly old man, but that's one of the things, isn't it? As you get older, that can pose you problems. It's the quickness of your feet. See a lot of those top order batsmen doing a lot of skipping, like boxers in a way. Quick feet. It's been a feature, I think, this summer in Australia, and now in that dismissal, Alistair Cook unable to get his feet going early.
Bit of swing there. Clamped down by Root. Wicket maiden for Trent Bolt, 6 for 1. Some balls carry nicely, but some are staying quite low. Good example there, BJ Watling taking it behind or above the hips.
I don't think, though, that should come as a surprise, particularly to the New Zealand batsman, well, team rather than batsman, because that is the nature of this drop-in here at Eden Park. It can be quite tennis ball bounce. It can just stand up a little bit, and it doesn't happen every single ball. So it just becomes a characteristic of this surface, and nothing's changed.
Nicely played.
Again, just from our vantage point, might be thinking first morning, first afternoon in this case, of a test match, how much moisture is there in this pitch. Well, you can see already just on the runoffs of the fast bowlers, there doesn't seem to be any. Looks quite a dry surface.
We also mentioned how Alistair Cook spent the last, well, month back in the UK during the snow, unable to get outside for an outdoor net. No difference for Mark Stoneman either. One thing that will play into New Zealand's hands, the two top order openers haven't had a lot of cricket outside. Howard Milan wasn't involved in the one-day series, but was in the tri-series. He has had a good summer. Probably cemented, I think it's fair to say, his position in this English 11.
It was a surprise to us, New Zealanders. He didn't make the one-day side, the way he played in the T20s. Good length here by Southey.
Well, that's unusual in its own right, isn't it? That a player plays in the Test side and the T20 side but can't make the one-day team. You often see players play, if they are only playing two of the three, then it'll be the closest two to each other.
Really evident that last delivery from Tim Southey. They've darkened the seam on the pink ball. It really see it stand out. A straight pull there. Bit of frustration from Stoneman.
So a similar shot from Alistair Cook, and he comes down and has a little prod at this pitch. Root also. He's on it early.
Wasn't that short, was it?
That smacks of the batsman looking for it, isn't he? He's waiting for the short ball to get himself underway. And all it's taken is a mishit strapple or square leg to go 3/4 of the way out to the boundary. Maybe putting it in his mind that Southey will go short.
Bluff. But it made an over 6 for 1. Sometimes it takes just a bit in. That's why the ball can hold. Really honing in on the stumps to Joe Root. The play off the back foot.
Well, it's always been reported that Root prefers for necessity in this game that he moves up on. There was an alternative. They could have put Rowan up there, but gone there himself. Terrific start now. Kane Williamson will be thinking about that toss. I've got it absolutely right. Fabulous response from Bolt. Talk about the big two. They're back in the shed.
That is a left armer's dream. Absolutely. Once again, caught on the crease, swinging back. And New Zealand's premier fast bowler has done the damage. Stuck on the crease, Joe Root. Out for naught. He doesn't often make that. 6 for 2.
Brilliant figures, 2 for 2, and justified the decision by Kane Williamson to win the toss and bowl first. Needed to start well. Soft one to let him get underway.
Oh, he knew it too, didn't he, Trent Bolt? That is a gift to get off the mark. But he'll still be thinking about this. The perfect left armer's delivery, just shaping back a little bit. That is a beautiful delivery. Not able to get out to the pitch of the ball, out in front again a little bit, like Alistair Cook. Stunning delivery from Trent Bolt.
He got stuck a little bit, Joe Root. couldn't transfer forward. But a great length by Trent Boult. A lot of talk about the toss. Did Williamson make the right decision? That length, 4 metre area around the 5 for the swing bowler with a new ball. Picked up both wickets. But again, it's a lovely shot. First boundary of the Test match.
You know, I think that's the first ball that's come off the middle of the bat. Very nervy start for England with the big shots. Mark Storman, who just eventually gets one right out of the middle.
Now, the seam was a bit different. I just wonder whether Trent Boult tried to bowl a cutter or a fast cutter where they run the back of the seam, because they had a big angle on it. Don't mind going for 5 off this over. He's picked up Joe Root. Short one, bit of extra bounce. Not easy, 11 for 2. Doing a good job with opening partner. Gone for the 4 runs and been asking good questions. Excellent area. Well fielded, Neil Wagner.
Well, I mentioned in the replay of Joe Root's dismissal that he doesn't often make the dreaded duck in Test cricket for England. 120 innings so far. He has made now 4 ducks in Test cricket. 3 of those coming against New Zealand. 2013 in Dunedin, 2015 at Leeds, and now 2018 at Eden Park, Auckland.
England with 4 left-handers in the top 5. 5 left-handers in the top 7.
Ben Stokes. Want to get that pad on a little bit quicker. You're hoping. Be a slight sense of panic. Ball missing leg stump. In Tim Southey will be looking to set up Milan and the left-handers, swinging it back in, and then he's got that 3/4 ball, rolls the fingers across it, actually can bite away from the left-hander. Pull shot over the top. Yeah, no real timing.
Only one really that's come out of the middle of the bat. He's through wide mid-on. That's onto him a little bit quicker this time.
Change your angle now. Stoneman from Tim Southey. He's going to go around the wicket. See this very often. About to say with the red ball, but reddish pink ball. Timing.
A nice feeling. Always in that bowler's mind, I'm going to go around the wicket, I'm going to change the angle. England were 12 for 2. You just start thinking, well, just keep going, just keep it there.
That really hissed off the surface too. $16 for 2.
It's a historic day, and New Zealand have started it in great fashion. They've done pretty much everything right. They won a toss, which looks like it might have been crucial, and they've got 2 prize wickets, highest prize wickets. And maybe another one, yes. Yes, Yes, indeed. That is another top delivery from Trent Bolt, and now he's got 3 in a real hurry.
3 good ones too. Cook, Root, now Malan, who's been the find of the winter for England. But all 3 of England's batsmen playing from the crease, and what Bolt has done so well is push the ball up on a full length and find some late movement.
Yeah, what a start by New Zealand. 16 for 3.
Well, he's playing pretty much as a specialist batsman in this test match, and he's going to have to do plenty of it. Ben Stokes enters with a really good all-round record. 35 as an all-rounder is good with his bowling attached to it, but now he has to play an innings of substance because England are deep in it. 16 for 3 so early on in this test. And that is good judgment.
The first half an hour, the first 35 minutes of this match, there really didn't appear to be any terrors in the pitch, to be honest. But what the New Zealand openers have done, the opening pair with the ball in their hand, is that they have kept at the English bats. They have made them play every shot, and they've forced them into errors.
Yeah, I suspect Williamson thought, well, with Cook and Root at 1 and 3, get at them early and get them out, and there's real holes in England's batting. Oh, absolutely beautifully here, Trent Bolt. It's late movement. And for Ben Stokes, of course, this is a huge moment because he missed the Ashes for all the kinds of reasons that we don't need to go into, but he's re-entering first class and test cricket here.
Beautiful. Just stunning from Bolt. But it's also the tandem, the fact that Southey's been at them at the other end as well, bowling in tandem, but it's Bolt that's got the extra bit.
Love watching these two bowl, really. If you put yourself in Williamson's shoes, if you're a captain, it's just a fantastic combination to have. If there's anything like a cross breeze across the ground, then you've got a lovely combination. Each will want the opposite end, and both are tremendously skillful. It's a different kind of challenge for England's batsmen from the one they faced in the Ashes. Less pace, but highly challenged by their skill.
You know, that first session always has so much drama, doesn't it, in a test match? The first hour, I always think, is just wonderful. I mean, it's an absolute privilege to be at such a historic test, but the first hour of a test match, wearing whites, and it's just got all the drama. Love it.
Quite gratifying to hear Trent Bolt ahead of the game saying throughout the summer these are the 2 games that he's really looking forward to. It was nice to hear that for a bowler like Bolt, that Test cricket still is the main thing.
Wow, what an over. Another wicket made, and it's 16 for 3.
One thing's for sure, Ben Stokes will love the challenge.
He's in the air for a little ways. Terrific bit of work from Henry Nicholls. They will get back for 2. But New Zealand have come to the party. They have had 2 opportunities to catch. They've taken them both. It's a good catch from BJ Watling. Just to talk about crease bound, there's another one stuck, it seems.
Yeah, all 3. Terrific catch from Watling going away to his left. Out of cricket for a while, of course, with a hip injury.
It's almost as if the lacquer's come off the ball a bit and there's just a bit more happening. In the second half hour, the first half hour, it looked, I said before, there were no terrors there, but almost in the second 30, there just seems to be a different complexion. Plus, the fact that the Black Caps have secured 3 wickets makes a big difference.
A lot of captaincy, Michael. I suppose we've only been going 40 minutes now, so they're still relatively fresh, but you always get into that situation, how long, when you've only got 2 specialists, real specialist swing bowlers, how long?
And the shape of New Zealand's attack, they're likely to use de Grandhomme next, are they? Just save Wagner a while? Is that how they work it?
Wagner's a bounce bowler, he's not a swing bowler, so any quality that's swing quality that's with the ball, they tend to use before he comes in with his no secret approach. Another edge, and that carries through as well. Southey has his first, and England are in all sorts here.
3 for Bolt, 1 for Southey now. And another England batsman caught on the popping crease to a full-length ball, just pushed across him. The change-up ball for Southey, who generally will look to bring it back late into the left-hander. This one just pushed across him, and New Zealand's catching is sharp this morning. This afternoon they now have 4 top-order wickets. Stoneman the man to go, and England in a whole heap of trouble, 18 for 4.
Under 45 minutes, and he's in the firing line. 18 for 4. Can you believe it? Powerful English batting lineup exposed here.
The other thing is that early on, with the New Zealanders in their approach and their opening bowlers were doing the job, so too were the fielders in close. Astle and de Grandhomme made important saves early on, and it just showed you that the New Zealand team was right on, ready for this test match.
He'll be thrilled with that, BJ Watling. When you haven't kept for quite some time, particularly in a test match, you've been out with injury, you wonder about the things that can go wrong rather than the things that can go right. Am I fit? Am I going to get my feet going? Will I put one down? Will I get early opportunities? Yes, he has, and he's done it brilliantly thus far. 18 for 4. Now then, how will Stokes play this? I mean, will he sit and wait, or will he counter?
I'm not sure he'll counter yet, but what you see immediately is at least trying to get to the ball. All of England's wickets have come from the batsman being caught on the popping crease. You see a bit more of a positive forward movement from Stokes. And in everything, whether it's defence or attack, Stokes is a positive player.
He's certainly middling it, even the defensive shots. He's middling the ball well, and as I mentioned before, he will love this challenge. He's got so much what we call mana. Walks out there and you can immediately feel his presence out on the field.
He did a bit of that in Australia. Mana, you say?
What's the word?
Bottle.
Presence.
No mana there. It belongs to the bowler.
Sure does. Huge smile on the face of Trent Bolt. He is in a purple spell here. He has got the ball talking. That's the one that just comes back to the left-hander. Almost seemed to beat Stokes for pace as well. England in all kinds of trouble. What a combination this is. Bolt has 4, Southey has 1. England 5 down for 18.
Moeen Ali has performed a few rescue missions for England over the years. He's known to be fairly solid, not too flamboyant in this form of the game. A good record for a man batting at number 7. But yet another left-hander, and they've been exposed.
And Moeen Ali himself was exposed in the Ashes. Had a real struggle down under in Australia. The end of Ben Stokes. Beautiful delivery. You could see almost a cross-seam type of delivery from Bolt. He's not trying to swing that one. It's just coming back on the angle. And that combination of skill. Ben Stokes.
I mean, he's got 4 wickets, Bolt, but the 2 deliveries to get rid of Root and Stokes, they dream about. Bowlers dream about those deliveries. One, a genuine swinging delivery to a right-hander, and the other one coming back using a non-swinging or non-seaming grip, just wanting the ball to do something different across the batsman, hitting the top of off. They dream about that, bowlers. Test match cricket in particular. Middle of the bat, but another terrific wicket maiden. 18 for 5. Johnny Bairstow, another rescuer, I suppose you'd have to say. Terrific player, really is. Man, this is something. I looked at that one of Stokes again, actually, and we focused on the bowling, but what about the batting? Was he late on it? Really, really late?
I think he just didn't pick the delivery, really. Bolt has tried to swing everything away from him. This is the one, obviously, that he's pushed back into Stokes. And I think he just misread it or didn't see it. And it was too late by the time he realised that there'd be no swing. Beautiful bit of bowling. Brilliant New Zealand this morning with the ball, but in the field as well, they've taken everything. Men behind the wicket, Watling and the slips. And now Southey off his own bowling, a firmly hit push drive from Bairstow. And Southey making no mistake. What a start this has been for New Zealand. Questions asked at the toss. Has Kane Williamson made the right decision? You bet he has. England are 18 for 6.
3 slips a gully.
The interesting thing about the Bairstow wicket was that they'd hardly bowled anything up to the English batsman this morning, Southey, and that one was just a little bit fuller, but too much bottom hand and back to the ball. But what a catch in his follow through, and yet that doesn't do it justice. Picking it up, the reaction, and 2 hands cut round the ball.
Push, nicely timed. Barmy Army right in behind any runs at the moment. Looking for a third, too many here at Eden Park available, perhaps one there, but he'll be happy just to see runs against his name, Chris Wokes. 20 for 6.
Wondering about England's lowest ever total.
And it is?
Well, I don't know, but I captained a side that was bowled out for 46.
Well, you could lose that. No wonder you're excited.
That's probably the second or third best shot this morning. Just a lovely little touch off his legs, but there really hasn't been much dished up there for the English batsmen to get hold of. And they 21 for 6. If you've just joined us and you're looking at the scorecard there, that is not a graphic mistake. 21 for 6, and the New Zealand bowlers have bowled in the channels that they wanted to. The catching has been excellent, but the way that they've thought out individual batsmen has been top-notch.
Straight away, Southey just pushing a man back on the leg side, just to let Moeen Ali know that I think he's a little vulnerable to that short ball.
.21 for 6. 28th of March 1955. New Zealand were bowled out for 26 on this very ground. Michael, could you possibly take that world record off us? Could you?
Well, we need a partnership. 55, who was that then? Got to be Statham, Truman, Tyson, the Typhoon.
Thankfully, none of us were born.
Close.
Now, the interesting thing about IT and going back and examining where bowlers bowl and weaknesses for batsmen is that the English camp now, Michael Atherton, will be going and having a look at the dismissals. They'll be pulling them apart. What do you think they'll be saying?
Well, they knew that Bolt and Southey were going to challenge them for sure. I don't think there's any surprise at the skill levels that the opening pair have shown. But England, one or two of the batsmen, very rusty, clearly. Clipped away through the leg side. A handy couple as we close down on the world record.
Well, I can tell you, what was yours, the 147?
47, that was in Trinidad.
You didn't hold it, there you go.
No, I knew we didn't quite have the record. England's lowest, 45, against Australia in Sydney in 1887.
They didn't even cover the pitches back in the day.
1887. The lowest against New Zealand, 64, back in 1978. And that was New Zealand's first test win over England. When we let Richard the Rock Collins loose on you, on Jeff Boycott in particular.
That the game that both of them ran Boycott out deliberately, or was that a different occasion? That series, I reckon.
That was, I told him to Francis, that was the next game. His eyes wide open when he said it. Oh goodness, 3 slips of gully. New Zealand looking for number 7. Appreciable movement there, a bit quick too for Wokes.
So again, uncomfortable times for the English bats. That one, did it sneak onto the thigh pad? But I think the question now, I mean, how long does Kane Williamson bowl these two?
Well, they're experienced enough to know themselves, really. He should just be asking them. Oh, goodness me, it's number 7. All around it, Chris Wokes. There's 23 on the board and the world record is still on.
And challenging for the best ball of the morning. An absolute beauty from Bolt. Ball swinging late. And almost a carbon copy dismissal of the one that got the England captain. What a morning, what an afternoon New Zealand are having. England 23 for 7. Wokes the latest to go for 5.
Been great bowling, it really has, but it's just showing that England are so rusty. Movement and line and length, swing bowling, high quality. But it'll all come about preparation again, and going back to the 2 knock-around games at Hamilton after the great one-day series. Is it enough preparation for a day-night match? 2 test matches. Now he's looking at this toss. Kane Williamson will have a ball. Joe Root saying, yeah, we'd like a bat. I bet he's changed now.
Well, the preparation's been the same for New Zealand. They haven't had anything different either. The batsmen went to Hamilton. The test match batsmen, they predominantly failed. The guys that scored runs in those, as you call them, bubble knockabout matches, are players not in the test lineup. So we perhaps have to wait until 2 sides have batted to see whether the preparation was any good or not.
Well, New Zealand are taking the pitch out of it. Forget the pitch. This is in the air. It's line and length and swing. Excellent catching. England, by and large, hanging back in the crease, letting the ball develop.
Yeah, it's been a perfect morning for New Zealand. And afternoon. Trying to get myself sorted out. No, they had a perfect morning. They had preparation, breakfast, and they came along the ground, and now they've had a good little session as well. Oh, another one. Yorks in. Straight through Moeen. The 26 is still alive.
It's that length again. All smiles. Ecstatic New Zealand. Plenty of room in this ground if you're in the area. Get down. This is history.
Very full and just missed a full toss. Hasn't even really swung that much. Tim Southey picks up his second. The smile is broad. Ali gone for 0, 23 for 8. Wow, there's been some panic inside that England dressing room, that is for sure. Stuart Broad comes to the crease. Just Jimmy Anderson behind him. Craig Overton is yet to face a delivery. Tim Southey has 3 for 14. Trent Boult 5 for 9. Oh, wow. Past the outside edge.
It's been a feature of the innings. England are holding back. Moeen Ali doesn't move at all. Look at the length. Full toss, plays all round it. Get out of that front line.
Really poor shot there. It is. He reaches for it. It's a full toss. Wicket maiden for Tim Southey. 23 for 8.
Bowling figures. Southey, 7 overs, 2 maidens, 3 for 14. Bolt, 7 overs, 3 maidens, 5 for 9. And none of them are going to get this ball out of the hand.
Have a look at the field. 3 slips in a gully. Point, mid-off, mid-on, square leg.
He's got the 26 in mind here, Kane Williamson. He's
You
not wanting to give a single away and just saying, no, be tight. There's something that is... So it's been a blight on New Zealand cricket for years and years and years. And Kane Williamson will know. He's a student of the game. He'll understand the ramifications.
Well, I didn't know about it, Simon, so your secret's safe with me.
You do now. Well, you look at it. There's been 4 bowls. BJ Watling's taken 2 catches. Tom Latham behind the stumps and a caught and bowled.
Well, Kane Williamson was undecided. He was 50-50 at the toss as to what to do. They weren't sure. And the reason being, didn't know, but he did say that it's not going to break up. So if we get to day 4 and 5, it won't be any problem chasing a total if required.
And would he take his ballers out there? Look, I'm thinking 50-50. What do you think?
Oh, good bouncer. Very good bouncer. Yeah, I think he would have. And knowing the bowlers, they probably would have been much the same. Look, Skip, we don't mind. We don't mind if we've got a bowl on it, that's fine. Don't think it's bad for batting either.
I think the pace of it, this is a good example. It's been very much two-paced. Some seem to have that, might be the greener grass and kiss off. Wonder if he took out the 2 opening batsmen and asked them the same question, Bumble. Make sure it's fair.
Gets it through. Gets it through, and he might get it all the way to the boundary as well. He does. Boundary 4 for Overton. The 26 is still New Zealand's.
Plenty of width. Was able to clamp down on it. 3rd boundary of the day.
There, no edge, just past the outside. 27 for 8.
Well, it's brilliant to watch the way that Southey finishes the over and skips back off to his fielding position. He can't wait to get hold of the ball again. Captain chats again to Tim Southey. No chance of these two coming out of the attack.
Well, I think I just saw Trent Boult actually say to Kane Williamson, I have one more. One more, whether or not slight break come back.
Well, England have only got 1 left. Jimmy Anderson. What a performance. And both teams.
And going back on the hook. Stuart Ward looks a little surprised. Can't get that through. Good work from Nichols.
Another example, I mean, Broad, can't criticise him. He is behind the the front line. The movement back, and it's New Zealand's obviously noticed it. They do the scouting. Pitch the ball up. Obviously, Southey and Bolt like to swing it. Would have been aided by the fact that England players just have not wanted to get forward.
Oh, everyone's a winner. England, again, evidence not travelling well since India in early 2012. Played 34, won 6. 19 losses.
That is superb. Grabs it left-handed. Southey has 4.
Wonderful scenes. This is a terrific catch again. Absolutely cock-a-hoop, thick outside edge, and he flies through the air. Williamson, captain. Brilliant performance from New Zealand.
It's all going their way. Broad gone for 0. That's another one. 27 for 9.
James Anderson, last man for England. Oh, I tell you what, walking out there, shaking his head. A tinge of grumpiness, I would imagine, underneath all of that for James Anderson at the moment.
Seen it all before. The bat first, the sun's out, it's bright, it's batting day. Opening bowler, I'll get my feet up. Over to you, Jim.
Tim Southey, 4 for 14 now.
Played a miss, but at least he got forward this time. Anderson, what a great catch. Broad behind the stumps, behind the line, but what a catch from Kane Williamson. Just flew, and he... End of the fingers.
Anderson survives. Wicket maiden for Southey. 27 for 9.
Sort of feel that Trent Bolt may have said one more to a skipper. I'm going to find out what the ball looks like when it's a little bit old, whether it's going to do anything. Kane Williamson. Catching's been first class.
In the air and through the gap and away to the boundary for 4.
Just going to play some shots, these two. England might be thinking, let's get bowling, forget this nightmare. Overton moves on to 8. 31 for 9.
They've definitely bounced. I reckon we'll get a bit of a no, England won't say it. They can't afford to, but I think it's quite too paced, and it's the odd one just stands up.
Through the gap. Cover this time. I don't think it'll go all the way, but they should push for 3. No, settle for 2.
Second best partnership now of the England innings. It's 6, and I mean that respectfully. Never judge a performance until both teams are batted. Dawley, you said that.
Yeah, it's always the way. You can judge a surface pitch until 2 teams are batted on it.
Pitch is fine, it's through the air that they bowled brilliantly. England have batted very, very poorly. Test match cricket, movement in the air, deal with it.
Easy at the moment, isn't it? 2 more. Right. Sorted that little issue out. 35 for 9. Where do they sit at the moment? Africa had a bad trot, didn't they? 3rd, 4th, 5th on the list. Could slide in there at number 5 at the moment. 4th equal.
A record you want.
Pulled very well. Way to the boundary for 4. 12 runs off that Trent Bolt over. It's 39 for 9. Some pats on the back for Trent Bolt. I think that will be it for him.
It's a big spell, isn't it? 9 overs. You can understand the adrenaline's been going every time he picks up a wicket, but big diet of one-day cricket. 9 overs is right at the extent of what they'd ever bowl.
It would be first change. Would it be the Grandhome or to Wagner? He's his last wicket here. Get a real fast man on, clean him up.
Grandhome would have been planned to come on at first change, but now you've got 2 tail enders. The thought that Neil Wagner's going to run in, and what is he going to do? Going to pitch it short. He's got a bit of a strut on, Neil Wagner.
Anderson's underway with a couple. 1. Yeah, Wagner, or maybe even the thought of Todd Astle, the leg spinner, against the tail enders.
It's middle stump, mate.
The partnership. Who would have thought would be the best of the innings?
He's the one that's got forward. Overton, he's a big chap. Been a feature of England's innings. The majority of the batsmen have been hanging right back in the crease.
And just watching Wagner's really doing a lot of exercise to get warmed up to bowl. Grandholm, Slips hasn't done a lot either.
Oh, yeah.
Clever from Southey, wide of the crease. He still maintains that line and length.
He has a great ability, Tim Southey, to go wider than normal because his back foot is in the air. So when it plants, it's not allowed to touch the ground, the first contact. And he doesn't do that. So he actually gets slightly wider.
Just wide of the crease again. He's really close to that return crease. Couple of deliveries there, gone real wide. I don't think he touched it and he didn't grind, that's all. Close. Oh.
Well, it's touched, hasn't it? Straight down the ground for 4. Good timing. Overton enjoying himself. 44 for 9.
Message there. That is for New Zealand batsmen. Get forward.
Yeah, just to confirm that Tim Southey delivery, he does get very close with that back foot, but it's the same as the no ball rule. It's the first point of contact. So the first point is there, and he doesn't touch it. So you don't even need to roll that on. He touches afterwards, that's fine, because the first point of contact is not touching the line. So no issue. Exactly the same as when we look at a no ball front foot. First point of contact, is there something behind the line? That's fine, and then it slides forward or moves afterwards. So that's the way that the umpires look at it. Murray Erasmus upstairs, third umpire's chair, keeping abreast of things. Thank you, Murray. Hope you enjoy New Zealand too, Murray. Swung away in the air, that'll go all the way. Brilliant shot from Craig Overton.
And something to cheer at last. These travelling English tourists. It's Overton. 18 deliveries. He's moved on to 26. Big shot. So England have gone past at their lowest totals. Doesn't mean much.
Very sensible, Jimmy Anderson, just saying, well, Overton's playing well. We'll try and hang about. Stick with him.
He will. He'll just try and hang in there. Gets giddy sometimes and plays one or two drive shots. It's Overton who's the batsman, 27 from 19.
Off the pads, so no issue there. 52 for 9. Artificial grass in the grandstands. A nice place to sit. The new innovations for the crowd at this day-night test match. Eden Park are pleased, very pleased to see the food trucks out on number 2 ground. Great job out there of dressing the place up. All part of what New Zealand Cricket and Eden Park Trust have organised. Brilliant. Big screen out there as well. Out the back of the West Stand. Enjoy your food, your drink. Enjoy the cricket as well.
Game experience. I'm just watching Southey now, exclusively going wide of the crease.
Swung away in the gap this time, and that is 4 more.
He's tested him a couple of times with that short ball. What he's done, Overton, he's get forward. He's just made these bowlers change the length. And now it's the field's just getting changed. It's getting a little bit more defensive. Now there are 3 out on the hook. Fine leg. Deep backward square leg, deep square leg.
Sport about the short pitch bowling. You mentioned it, Bumble. He's got forward. Now, the four batsmen that have been caught behind the crease today, Cook, Stoneman, David Malan and Stuart Broad. Have a look at the contact points. There, right there.
Just hanging back all the time. Not coming out of the popping crease. Allowing that swing, allowing the bowler to pitch up and pitch it further.
Not getting forward at all. Stuck crease bound, caught behind. It's that through the gap as well. There'll be a couple at least. Just about made a hash of it, Trent Boult, but he's done well in the end.
Well, this little innings from Overton, he's now moved on to 33. And suddenly Southey is preoccupied by bowling short.
Yeah, good juggling. And again, but he plays it well. Dropped the hands out of the way. Overton, 58 for 9.
Still no bowling change for New Zealand. Trent Boult will continue. Outstanding, the New Zealand bowlers so far. What an annoying partnership from New Zealand's perspective. Much needed for England. 31 it's worth now.
Well, everybody will be having their two pennyworth. It's been terrific bowling, number one. Great swing bowling. Been a joy to watch. But then a spotlight comes on the batting. They've not got forward. They've not tried to negate the swing. Now, this lad's come in, Overton. He's a big strapping lad, and he's got forward. And that's disturbed, particularly Southey. Sorry, bowling short at him, and he's moved on to 33.
I think there's an aspect of fatigue kicking in too for these two seamers. Boult's now into his 11th over. The two opening bowlers for New Zealand have bowled the whole session so far.
The captain in the rear, just, go on, I'm going to take you. No, one more. I'll have one more. Give me one more. You want wickets?
Well, I talked about that off air with Ian Smith. This is where the greats like Sir Richard Hadley, he just wouldn't allow the captain to take him off.
The debacle that has gone before, Jimmy Anderson will just try and stick in. Try and play for Overton. Overton's just playing some shots.
Yeah, he's doing really well, Overton, and Anderson's hanging in there, but when they do eventually get out, my advice is don't go into the changes shed and tell the batsman it's not too bad out there.
Out. Got him. And that is the end of the innings. Trent Boult picks up 6. And England are all out for 58.
Absolute nightmare for England. Bundled out. New Zealand winning the toss and bowling first. It's a bright day. Pitch is ever so slightly too pace, but it's been swing bowling that has done the damage with the top order. 7 left-handers in England. They're all out for 58.
So Jimmy Anderson gone for 1. And England are all out for 58. And quite rightly does Trent Boult get the applause. That is his best bowling figures in Test cricket now. Beating the 6 for 40, 6 for 32 in 10.4 overs. He knocked the top off this very good English batting unit, and he did it with controlled swing bowling.